interesting fact about me is that I'm actually a French teacher. Yes, I'm actually a French teacher, and I thought it would be a good idea to start this channel with a French lesson. So, we're gonna start from the very beginning. And for those that know nothing about French, that is okay. You are welcome, 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 welcome. One thing to know is in this channel, I believe that it is important for you to learn languages in a relaxed state. So before we begin, let's take a deep breath in and then exhale. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to start? Awesome. I'm so excited. So, let's take a look at the first word. What do you need to know when you're learning a language? You need to greet people. You need to say hello. Okay, so how do we say hello in French? It is bonjour, 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 bonjour. I'm gonna say it slowly. Bon, 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 jour, jour, bonjour, bonjour. Okay, so that first syllable, I guess, it's bon, bon, French is that even if your day isn't going so well, even if it's not really your best day, you still say ça va. And I think that's kind of like a social norm. So, and I think it's the same in English when people ask, how are you doing? You just say, yeah, I'm doing okay, I'm good. But in French, it's the same thing. Ça va, ça va. Okay, so the next word we're gonna learn is très, 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 and très means very. Okay, and I know this R in French, the sound. It's kind of like back here. It takes some time. I don't expect students to get it on the first try, and I might just make another video on how to do all these sounds in the French language, because a lot of these sounds don't exist in English, and I think I might just do another video on it. But this sound. What was I saying? Sorry, I think I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. What was I saying? So très, yeah, très, the R in French. It's like it's like at the back of your throat. It's like back here. Très. And the meaning of très is very. Okay, so if you really are having a fantastic day, you can say ça va très bien. Ça va très bien. Bien means well. Things are going well. Ça va très bien. Ça va très bien. And I really like it when people ask me how I am. So how do we say thank you? How do we say thank you in French? Do you know? The way we say it is merci. 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 You try. Merci. Okay. Wow, you're doing such an amazing job. This is your first conversation in French. Your very first conversation in French. And I want to also share how to say thank you so much. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay? Now, the way we say that is merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Beaucoup means a lot. When you see it spelled, you'll see a P there. You do not pronounce that P. It is pronounced beaucoup. 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 Okay, so as you can see, there's a pattern in that a lot of the letters in French, the way it's spelled, a lot of those letters are not pronounced like in English. There's a lot of silent letters, and you will get used to it. It's just a part of the language. It just takes some time to get used to, and I think it is crazy in the beginning, but like I said, we gotta go step by step, baby steps, and we gotta start with our first conversation. So how do you ask? And you, because when people ask us how are we, we're like, yeah, I'm good, thank you. How do we say and you? Because you want to know, if they're okay too, So you want to say et toi, et toi, et toi. Remember, there's a rising intonation because it's a question. Remember that. Et toi, Ça va très bien. Merci beaucoup. Et toi? Ça va très bien. Merci beaucoup. Et toi? Ça va très bien. Merci beaucoup. Et toi? So, remember, this is important because it allows you to make a connection with that person, right? And that's important when you're learning a language. You want to know all of this foundation to have a conversation with people. So, yeah. Now, the last thing I'm gonna teach you is how to say your name, your name, your name, your name. That is also extremely important, okay? So, I want to start off by asking, what is your name? What is your name? So in French, how do we say this? We say, comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Comment? Remember, that is the word for how. Okay, so in French, in we're asking what's your name, we do often use how, because I don't want to get too much into it, but comment tu t'appelles? The literal translation from French to English is how do you call yourself? How do you call yourself? So that is why we have comment, and the answer to that is je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je, je. This means I, je, I m'appelle, m'appelle, je m'appelle. My name is. So if your name is Antoine, okay, I'm gonna give you a very French name. Antoine, Antoine, Antoine. Je m'appelle Antoine. Je m'appelle Antoine. Je m'appelle Anne. Je m'appelle Christine. Je m'appelle Jean. Je m'appelle whatever your name is. Okay? And this is an amazing way to introduce yourself. And then the beautiful part about this is you can also ask them what their name is. Okay, if they ask you, so you could say, how do you say and you? And you is et toi? Et toi? Je m'appelle Antoine. Et toi? Okay, so we can now have our first conversation in French, and I'm like so excited. So let's run through everything we learned today. Guys, this is a milestone. This is your first conversation in French. Like, that's so exciting. I'm so excited. And I hope we can have a little bit of a discussion, okay? How do you say hello? I'm gonna tell you. Pretend I'm a stranger that really wants to get to know you, okay? Bonjour. Bonjour. How do you say? How are you? How do you say? How are you? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? And then I say, ça va. Ça va très bien. Merci beaucoup. Et toi? Ça va? Toi? Ça va? Parfait. Parfait. Excellent. Okay. Now you ask me, what is my name? What you ask me, what is my name? In French. Comment tu t'appelles? this channel. I'm a certified French teacher, and I just wanted to teach a little bit of a French lesson today. So if you like this content,